So today we will take up a new topic in continuation with the previous lecture. We had taken up application of Gauss law with respect to line charge and sheet charge. Today we are going to take up the same in continuation for a volume element, right? So knowing this, we can have an important conclusion. We can write a replacement of a Gauss law, or other words we can say we can have an equivalent of Gauss law by solving this application. So what we get out of this is an equivalent formulation of Gauss law is obtained by this derivation. So this will be the catch for today's lecture. Okay. So how are you going to do that? First of all, you must have a volume element. Is it not? So we'll have a volume element. We'll have a volume element like this. Obviously X, Y, and Z. Right? I will have a small volume element dV like this. Okay, so we have a volume element like this with this as delta X, this as delta Y, this as delta Z. So this is your dV. Now I will consider a point P X, Y, Z, which is in the middle of the cube. Right, this is in the middle of the not cube, but a parallel pipe like this. Okay, so this is the point P. Now I will assume that the electric flux is moving out from this point P through this differential volume element. So this here point P is the source of the flux density D. So from this the flux emanates actually. Okay, it moves out. So dx not ax, dy not ay, dz not az. Okay, so the flux is going out like this. It is going out, so that value is D. I'll write them here. So this point P again is in the middle of this parallel pipe. Now we apply Gauss law to the differential element dV. What do we get? The integral d dot ds equal to q. Right? What is this integral? This integral is nothing but the whole cube itself. So each surface of this whole parallelepiped, not cube, parallelepiped, or the differential volume element, to be simple. So therefore, what is this integral is made of? So this integral is made of the front surface, is the back surface, correct? Front surface and back surface. So front surface, back surface. So if you can assume a 3D effect, you can see this is the back surface, this is the front surface. Plus you have the top surface, so the bottom surface. Wait now, you have this top surface here, you have this bottom surface here. So what else? Integral left surface plus right surface, correct? So left surface and right surface. So this is my left surface, this is my right surface, correct? So the whole integral is made up of 6 surfaces: top, bottom, left, right, front and back. So if you integrate with, you take the integral and on the flux density D, which is coming out of this cube from the point P, which is at the middle of the parallelopipe or the differential volume element, then d dot ds equal to the total charge enclosed by this differential volume element Q. Okay, so mind you, always remember that the point is always at the middle of the point is always at the middle. So this one I just showed you for clarity only. So the point P is exactly at the middle of the parallelopipe here. So from this the flux is moving out. So coming back to the derivation part. So therefore, we will evaluate each one of these integrals and add them finally to get the final integral. So here the circle means closed integral, with each surface closing or forming the entire differential volume. Understood? So we'll evaluate this integral first. So the front integral is what? So this is the front dot delta S front. So what do you mean by this? So d front means what is the flux with this that is going out of the front surface? That is d front. Dot the surface representation, surface vector which represents this front surface. Is it not? So this becomes d front into ax dot, so delta s front means delta y into delta z into ax. Is it not? So delta y delta z into xy. So this is delta y, this is delta z. So I'm interested in the front surface. So hence I'm taking up delta y and delta z. So this becomes d front, okay, into delta y delta z. So to be specific, we are dealing with ax here because the dot product will remove the direction. I will write it as dx front. Okay, so it is the same thing. It's the same thing. The only change is I want to have a recognition of what flux density direction is. So to have that sense of direction, even after applying the dot product, I will write it as dx. Okay, so these two are the same basically, just for sense of direction, I'll write dx front. So call this equation 1. Now how to evaluate dx front? So dx front means the flux density which is coming out of the front surface, and it is just the magnitude only. Dx front is just the magnitude. So how do I evaluate this? So how do I evaluate? First of all, this is in the middle. This point is in the middle. So the flux is coming out like this. How is the flux coming out? Flux coming out is like this from the surface. Is it not? So initially, what is the flux at the point P? Dx naught with respect to x-axis. Hence, this becomes dx naught plus delta x by 2 into rate of change of dx with respect to x. So is it not? Now think about it. So the flux at the front surface is nothing but flux at the point P, which is at the middle of the parallelepiped or the differential volume element, plus delta x by 2. So why by 2? Because the point P is exactly at the middle, into rate of change of dx with respect to x. Let not. So dx naught is the flux density at the point P, and it is changing at a rate of changing with change. It is changing the rate dx, and how much it has changed? Delta x by 2. So just think about it for a minute. Okay, so that will solve all the problem. So dx naught is the initial value plus delta x by 2. So the distance we take into consideration into rate of change of dx with respect to x. So here by 2 is because the point is exactly in the middle. So dx front becomes dx naught initial flux density at the point P, which is at the middle of the differential volume element, plus delta x by 2 into rate of change means dou dx by dou x. So this is the partial derivative that we encounter. So what happens to integral front integral? What was the formula? Front integral is nothing but what was that? Dx front into delta z. So this is nothing but now dx naught plus delta x by 2 rate of change of dx with respect to x into delta y into delta z. Okay, so we will call this equation 2. So what about the back integral? So back integral is nothing but d back dot delta s back. So this is equal to what? Dx back dot ax. Correct. So the magnitude I will take it at dx back. We are dealing with x-axis only. Dx to ax dot delta x back means what? Delta s back means this surface, this back surface. So this back surface, how is the flux moving now? So as I told you, the point P is the source for the flux which is moving out of the differential volume element. So the flux is moving like this through the back surface. So this is in minus direction, correct? So it's a negative x-axis direction. Hence, it is legitimate for me to take the surface to represent the back surface of this the differential volume element as minus ax, because it is in negative x direction. So this becomes delta y into delta z into minus ax. So this becomes minus dx back to delta y into delta z. Call this equation 3. Now how do we solve dx back? So dx back equals dx naught, same initial condition. So at the point P you have dx naught with reference to the x-axis. So what happens? So if dx naught we know, then what happens? Minus delta x by 2, rate of change of x with respect to x. Okay. So why minus? So because we are moving backwards, we are taking up minus. Nothing else. Easy, right? So because we are taking the flux which is moving backwards, we are taking minus here. So this becomes equation 4. Therefore, integral back integral is nothing but minus dx back delta y delta z. So this becomes minus x. So this is minus dx naught plus delta x by 2 into delta y into delta z. And this is equation 5. So we have the front integral, we have the back integral. So therefore, what is front and back? Front integral plus back integral. See, remember why we are doing this front integral plus back integral? Because finally we want integral with a closed surface that consists of all the 6 integrals. So here we are making one pair. So front and back integral we are adding. So front integral and back integral, what are we going to get? So dx naught plus delta x by 2 dou x delta y delta z plus minus dx naught delta x by 2 dou dx by dou x delta y delta z. So what happens here? Dx naught and dx naught gets cancelled. So what remains? So delta x delta y delta z by 2 into dou dx by dou x plus delta x delta y delta z by 2 dou dx by dou x. So this is nothing but back integral is nothing but because you have delta x delta y delta z by 2 twice, so finally we get okay. So this is question number 6. Now similarly, if we take top and bottom integrals, if you try this out again, you get the same thing, but the variation is with respect to z axis. Hence, the top and bottom means the variation is with respect to z axis, right? So this is the variation: top surface, bottom surface. So the axis is z axis now. So this becomes z by rho z delta x delta y delta z. So similarly, left and right. So if you solve this, you get y-axis, variation in y-axis, delta x delta y delta z. So therefore, the cyclic integral, so the closed integral This is nothing but front plus back plus top plus bottom plus left and right. We get into delta x, delta y, delta x. Okay. So therefore, closed integral d dot ds equals dou dx by dou x into delta x, delta y, delta z. So this can be written as into volume dv. Why? Because volume is nothing but, so this is the volume, right? So therefore, also we know that integral d dot ds is nothing but q. So therefore, q is nothing but dou dx by dou x, dou dy by dou y, dou dz by dou z into delta v. So this is nothing but an alternate form of Gauss law. Correct? So this is an alternate equation for Gauss law. So here what we did, we had to take flux density with surface and we had to integrate. Alternatively, what you can do to find out the total charge enclosed by a Gaussian surface, you have to take dou dx by dou x plus dou dy by dou y plus dou dz by dou z into the volume enclosed. So this is a very, very important alternate equation for Gauss law. We'll take up one problem and we will stop. Find the total charge enclosed in an incremental volume of 10 raised to minus 9 meter cube located at the origin if d is equal to e raised to minus x sin y ax minus e raised to minus x cos y ay plus 2z az. These many coulombs meters. So what is required? So you need to find out the total charge enclosed in this much volume. Given the flux density d is this one. So how do you solve this? So we know that what total charge enclosed is nothing but dou dx by dou x, dou dy by dou y plus dou dz by dou z into volume enclosed. Right? So therefore, we will take first one, dou dx by dou x, nothing but what? See, dou dx means what? The magnitude of the component. So the x component of the flux density d is nothing but dx. So this is dx, this is dy, this is dz. So what is dx in this whole thing? So this dx, so what this becomes? Dou by dou x of e raised to minus x sin y. So what are you going to get? Minus e raised to minus x into sin y. So similarly, what is dou dy by dou y? Dou by dou y of what is dy? 1. So remember, the magnitude, you have to take the negative sign also. So by default, this is something into x plus something into ay plus something into az. So you remember minus is also included for dy. So it is still here. So minus e raised to minus x cos y. So what this becomes? E raised to minus x into sin y. So dou by dou y cos y is minus. So minus minus gets cancelled. So dou dz by dou z, nothing but dou by dou z of. So what is dz? This one, 2z is equal to 2. So therefore, dou dx by dou x is what? Minus e raised to minus x into sin y is e raised to minus x into sin y plus 2. 2 is equal to 2. Okay, so total charge enclosed. Now, obviously, if these two did not get cancelled, whatever remained, so for that you had to add x, y, and z values given in this question as origin. You have to evaluate at the origin means what? You have to substitute x equal to 0, y equal to 0, x equal to 0, y equal to 0. So because here these two things are getting cancelled, you need not substitute anything. So this equals 2 into volume. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 9. This many coulombs. 2 nanocoulombs. The total charge. Okay. So we'll stop here.